I guess the one silly, stupid question I want to ask you first is, are you a better driver now because you've made this movie?
Maybe. It also led into a over sense of my abilities in some ways. You know, I was playing a Formula One driver and who was one of the best at the time, and so that leads you into sort of, you know, mistakenly think, oh yeah, I have that skill too. And there's a few moments on the track, you know, in the driving school where you kind of become a little overconfident and you quickly realise, hang on, there's a whole lot of power right here, and I got to pull back a bit.
I'm sure of that. I'm sure of it. Okay, so let's say somebody says to me, or I say to somebody, boy, this movie Rush is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, oh, isn't that about fast cars and race car driving? I'm not into that.
Mm-hmm.
What's your response to that? Because it really, rivalry is rivalry,
yeah.
no matter what the...
Yeah. It was, you know, at the heart of this thing, I mean, there's a thrilling sort of backdrop to it, but it's a character drama, you know, and that's been the response across the board, and I think the film is tested highest amongst women who aren't Formula One fans, and that says something about what it's about. And myself or Ron, we weren't fans of Formula One, didn't know much about it, and I think but the reason we loved this story was because it was about, you know, two guys who approached life with all the commitment possible, but had completely different ways of approaching it, you know, racing and the track. You know, one was a mathematician and would absolutely calculate everything. It was disciplined, and the other guy was you know, visceral from the gut, you know, head down, go for it, party, drink, smoke, women, whatever, you know, indulge in kind of everything, and on and off the track, you know, they with these contrasting personalities, but this yin and yang existed between the two of them. They both had something the other didn't, and vice versa. And you know, that was kind of fascinating. And yeah.
So the guy you play is carefree at sometimes, and he's cocky for sure. Mm-hmm. Are those characteristics you possess?
No, not really. I mean, this was what I think I empathized with or kind of identified with was his the fun he liked to have, you know, and I certainly, you know, there's a big kid there, which I think, you know, that exists in me. It's, you know, and has for a long time, not been able to sit still for too long and wanting to, you know, keep active and do things and have a great time doing it. And that was his motto. If you're not having fun, what's the point? But there was contradictions there as well. You know, he also was incredibly vulnerable human being and was, you know, the need to be kind of acknowledged and you know, accepted or liked, you know, but incredibly outgoing as well. And so it just, yeah, there were things I could relate to, which I just found fascinating, you know.
Have you gotten used to seeing yourself on a poster?
Yes and no. You kind of, there's a part of you that goes, oh yeah, that's the poster for the film I did, and another part that goes, what the hell's that? You know, where did that come from? And I don't know that ever goes away, and it's kind of exciting and nerve-wracking, and you know, but I don't know, it means I'm working, which I'm thankful for, you know, to be keeping busy.